guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and today we're going to talk about guns that I think make good farm guns or ranch guns. Basically just a gun that you would carry on your person or maybe in your utility vehicle as you're going around your property, checking fence posts and doing, whatever you might do on your property, going around, checking out the cattle, horses, whatever you have. Just a gun that you would keep with you at all times as you're out and about on your property. And I basically, thought about this as I was at the farm yesterday, and I carry a gun with me. Sometimes I got several guns, and just in case a coyote or a rabid animal or a person, maybe a escaped convict, maybe, I don't know, depends on where you are. But anyway, just a gun that you keep on yourself for protection as you're out and about on your property. So we're going to start off with the gun that I'm currently carrying while I'm out at the farm, and that is a handgun, specifically a semi-automatic handgun, whether it be 9, 40, 45. My current choice is my Glock 22. And I choose to carry this because it's probably, out of all the guns that I personally own, the best combination of power versus capacity. 15 rounds of 40 is probably the best combination of anything that I currently own. Of course, there are guns that probably have better capacity and power combinations, but this is mine, and this is what I choose to carry the majority of the time when I'm out there. I do keep this one loaded, so I'm not really going to mess with this one too much, but Glock 22 is a good choice. And really anything. I got a bunch of Rugers that I used to carry a lot. I've got a high power pistol. I got a Smith & Wesson, and all those are good choices. 1911 is a good choice. You really can't go wrong as long as it's a good high quality pistol. Next, we'll go with another handgun. We'll talk about a good .357 Magnum revolver. Again, this is a very good, powerful handgun. You can't go wrong with .357 Magnum. Of course, you can also use .38 Specials. My particular model that I own is a Ruger Blackhawk. I'm very fond of Rugers, so like a GP100 or an old Security 6 would also be a good choice. And there's just a bunch of different like Smith & Wesson models, Colts, Taurus, there's just a lot of good models out there that you can go with, but this is the one I have because I got a pretty good deal on it, and I actually use this for hunting sometimes. So this is another good option for a farm or ranch handgun. So those are the options that I think are good for handguns. Now let's go into long guns. First and foremost, a good 12 gauge shotgun. This particular one is a Mossberg 500. One of my personal favorites. This one is one of my newer ones, but I do have one that I carry as a truck gun sometimes, which is just a more beat up older version of this gun. But Mossberg 500, you really can't go wrong with it, or a 590, or a Maverick 88. Remington 870 is a good choice. I do have one of those. And just, all kinds of different shotguns. You can get some, Ithacas, or some old, like, Stevens shotguns, or even newer Stevens shotguns. But the new Stevens are a little bit iffy as far as quality goes, so I stick with Mossberg. It's my favorite shotgun company, and I have a ton of them. So good 12 gauge shotgun, or really just any shotgun, whether it's 20, an old 16 gauge, like I got a couple, not in that one, in this one. Got a couple 16 gauges in there, 20 gauge, 410, anything. 10 gauge is maybe a little overkill, but hey, if you want to go big or go home, 10 gauge is definitely the way to do that. So really, any pump action, double barrel, even a single barrel, single shot shotgun, you really can't go wrong with a good quality shotgun. Next, we're going to go with a lever action rifle. Lever actions are just really, really handy guns, and they make good truck guns as well. And really just any center fire lever action rifle that you can think of, whether it be a 30-30, 45-70, maybe a little overkill for at least where I live. But if you live where there's bears and stuff, 45-70 does make a good choice. 444 Marlin, 35 Remington, or you can get in the pistol calibers, which I have. This is a 44 Magnum 1894. Great little gun. Probably out of the 3 lever actions that I own, this is probably my top choice for a farm or ranch rifle. But again, 30-30, 45-70, all those other rifle calibers, they also make good choices. And I took this one out the other day, and it's definitely a really fun gun to shoot. You can get them 357 Magnum 38 Special, which is a little bit cheaper to shoot, and still definitely very effective. But my particular one is 44 Magnum 44 Special. And last but not least, probably my favorite, which is why we saved it for last. And of course, I'm sure you see it coming, but the Ruger Mini 14. And really, an AR or an AK would also fit this category. But of course, the Mini 14 or the Mini 30 is my favorite choice and what I'm going to go with. Now, this one is probably, I really don't like to say that one gun is my favorite over another gun, but this setup is definitely a really good setup for a farm or ranch rifle. Say you got some coyotes, off in the distance, maybe 100 yards away or so, 150 yards away. You got a nice, setup here with a 4 power scope, I think. So not, extreme long range, but you still can reach out there a ways with this. Or if what you're going after is a little closer to you, say 50 yards, maybe even 75 yards, it does have the option to go with iron sights because this is a side-mounted scope. So you have the option of using either the scope or the sights, which is my preferred setup over just having a scope. And your sights are wasted by using those scope rings that just block the sights. Having the ability to use either or definitely is an advantage in a farm or ranch setting. So this is definitely probably one of my top choices. And of course, 30 rounds of 223 5.56, that's nothing to sneeze at. Or if you have a Mini 30, you have maybe 30 rounds of 7.62 by 39. Same with an AR or an AK. All good options. My favorite's the Mini 14, but I do have ARs and AKs, and they are great rifles, and they would definitely be great rifles to use in a farm or ranch setting. So, anyway, that is my top 5 farm/ranch rifles, well, not rifles, but guns. Farm or ranch guns that you can carry around with you, or maybe on a rack in your utility vehicle, or on your 4-wheeler, or maybe in your truck, as you're just out and about on your property, and you need something to use for self-defense or defense against your livestock or your pets or your family or whatever. So all good options. Yeah. So anyway, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.